What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be discussing how we can stop the MOSSED ability. Now, for those of you guys that don't know, many people, what they do now is they come out with that MOSS, the activated MOSS from the NFL 100, and they actually leave him as like a backup. So he never actually starts the game, and then he comes out at the end of the game, and then they throw it up into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. I've had a couple people try to do that, so I had to figure out ways to make sure that I can stop it. So it was actually perfect that I was thinking about it. I think that some of you guys were actually asking me about it, like, yo, what is going on with this MOSSED ability? Because no matter how many people I have on the card, he automatically catches it. So typically what happens is your opponent comes out. This is like a regular opponent, like, you know, regular dude comes out, no eye sockets, SpongeBob G-string, name on the orange juice in his mom's basement, right? This is what happens. He comes out, he has the MOSSED ability, and he just wants to get on the board immediately. So he runs around like an idiot, or he just drops back and throws a 55-yard pass down the field to Moss, or whoever has the MOSSED ability to start. I don't know the other NFL 100 players, what they have. I know double me, whatever. So this guy comes out and he does it, right? So what I do is this you need to do a couple things. Number one of the players that you have that's helping to defend should probably have the X factor, or like, you know, have some type of X factor where they have like zoned out or some type of an ability. What I've learned is that, you know, if you have Ronnie Lott and you use him with the reinforcement started off and he's anywhere around the play, he's usually not going to catch it. Now, what's going to happen is what's been happening with a lot of the games that I play. The guy that does not have the ability, if you have him in that area, he's going to automatically be able to intercept the ball. So what that means is you don't need to generally just have a player with an ability on the player. Like, say you double team and none of those players have abilities. You're going to get mossed. Okay, but as long as you have somebody over there with an ability or some type of zoned out, some kind of crazy thing that gives them an enhancement, what happens is the system reads it as a counteracting ability. Because what happens is I didn't even have Ronnie Lott in. Usually when I see like a guy's going to do that, or typically when I come out to start a game, I'll put Ronnie Lott on the left side because he starts off with reinforcement, which is, it's a higher chance to disrupt catches. So that's going to help you prevent you from getting mossed. You know what I'm saying? So the other way to counteract it is this. You can actually do quick links and man up one of your players on that player. So you see like how I was using Sean Taylor? I could manually man him up and then leave the other player in that zone on that side, and the computer will register it as somebody else is there helping out with an ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to go through this over and over again in Weekend League. I actually, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I tweeted it out. I had two guys moss me uncontrollably. So I had to figure out like what actually makes it so that he won't be able to get it off. And that was one of the things. So I've been looking for a gameplay, trying to figure out how I can show it to you guys. And that's the way that it is. So I just want to point it out to make sure it's clear. The player that intercepts the ball does not need to have an ability, but the player that you shadow with should have an ability. Every time that I've tried to defend it with players with no abilities on them, I've been mossed into another galaxy. I just want to be very, very clear with that. So if you have any other method that you're using, I know, like I said, if you have double me and you manually man up the player, even if they don't have abilities, and then the outside player is still in the zone or whatever he's doing, the computer will register and stop double me. Because it'll be a double team because your player is actually manned up, even though it looks like you're over the center and you're about to blitz. But when it's mossed, it's absolutely different. He's supposed to win that no matter what. That's the ability that's been giving you guys a lot of issues. So that's what I would suggest, all right? You have to have somebody that also has an ability. I don't care if it's activated or not. Like you see on the right side, I put Ronnie Lott there. If I had him on that same side to start the game, I would be able to play that one-on-one. But because he wasn't actually highlighted and I had Rod Woodson there, I have to actually be there as well, else I'm getting mossed. You see what I'm saying? Because Sean Taylor has abilities and he has zoned out, whatever. It helps him to counteract whatever that ability is doing. It's like you're playing chess. You got to know, like once you notice it and you see it, you got to be able to go over there and do something about it. Now, as far as the guys that do it with the end game, the people that, okay, Rod Woodson getting burnt. You know what? You guys tell me that Rod Woodson was like raw. That dude's garbage, bro. Was that Randy Moss though? Maybe that he's supposed to get burnt by Randy Moss. Whatever. All right. It's cool. It's cool. Randy Moss just burnt him. But anyway, a lot of you guys that were asking about, you know, Gmias, what do you do when the player comes out? Like you see them in the top three and then you never see Randy Moss until the end of the game. And then like he needs a touchdown and he comes out and just throws it up and it's a touchdown. How do you defend that? All right, those people that do that, that's a very, very unique way of just being one of the biggest. Yo, like, I'm never gonna say it, bro. Like, these dudes are savages, but it's actually a very, very good idea to do it like that, because then you don't have to really worry about anything. All right, because you know that you have a touchdown in the bag. So some of you guys that were having issues with coming out with Moss, when you have Randy Moss on kickoffs, you notice that he didn't have the ability to actually start the game, which is also another bug, because that's not really a possession, you know, a special team, so it shouldn't count. So there's a lot of bugs going on with it right now. I don't know, other than the way I just explained it to you. When you see the player, all right, he comes out in the game, and the first play of the game, you don't see Moss out there, you know that later on in the game, that player has Moss because you saw it in his top 3. And they show the players that have abilities in the top 3. So generally, okay, he redeemed himself. All right, cool. Generally, you're going to get Moss at some point in the game, even without the Moss ability. But when he has it activated, you have to be very, very careful with it. So here goes what happens. This is a scenario that happened with me in Weekend League. Dude came out in the 4th quarter, had Randy Moss out of nowhere, and I forgot. I was like, yo, what is this dude doing? Why is that dude highlighted? Who is that dude? And it was Moss, with Moss, right? So the game was close, and I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? So I had to call a timeout, and I put Ronnie Lott on the side that he was supposed to be on. So obviously, what does he do? He flips the play. Because Ronnie Lott at corner, unless you man it up and you came out in man, Ronnie Lott is not going to follow him. So with that situation, I did what I just told you that you're supposed to do. I used Sean Taylor, had a defender on that same side, and just followed him. All right? In that case, did I get Moss? Yes, but it wasn't a touchdown. We were actually able to, you know, tackle him before he didn't get the touchdown, and then we were able to, you know, play defense in the red zone and get the ball back. But like I said, it's pretty much like a toss-up, because in that case, I went for the pick. You see what I'm saying with with the play that you just saw early in this game? With the other time when I knew that that was going to be something that was going to happen at the end of the game, I actually think I tried to swat the ball. And he, you know, he caught it on me, obviously, with Moss. So what I'm thinking is I want to add that onto it as well. The second player, what happens is click off of the player that has the ability, like for instance, Sean Taylor, and go to the other player if he's in the vicinity and try to pick it with the other player, so that the ability of the player that you had, that you were using, just is around him to kind of help knock off that Moss ability. That's all I can pretty much recommend for it, because other than that, you're just going to get Moss. There's really nothing else you can do. Those of you guys that don't have any abilities on your secondary players, you're playing a very dangerous game, because most people that come out with Moss are going to do what I just described. It's a waste, in my opinion, it's a waste of an ability. You know, let's just keep it 100. Like, it's waste, because you're banking on the game going to the 4th quarter. Me, I'm banking on trying to make you rage quit and break your console before that even starts. I'm trying to blitz you with everybody. I'm trying to do everything that's wild to just make you not want to play the game anymore earlier. Other people have way too much time. What I would urge you guys to do is, just like everybody else did it, when I first got the Moss ability, I came out and I just threw it like a 90-yard pass first play. I scored, or I got into the red zone, and that was it. That gives you the advantage at the beginning. Holding on to him till the end, it's like, you really trying to play the full game? Like, you really think this is going to come down to the wire where you're going to need like a gimme touchdown? Good idea, but just a waste of an ability, in my opinion. Also, with me, I don't use abilities currently on my wide receivers, because I don't believe that this game is made for the pass. I use my abilities on my running back, and I have it on my quarterback just in case I need to break a run with Escape Artist with Vic, run up the field, get a first down. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I'm not doing anything spectacular. I don't want to know nothing about anything spectacular. I just need to be able to stop guys that come out and have their dudes highlighted like they're ready to rock and roll. That's pretty much what you have to be very aware of. And that's what this game has been. So I would urge you guys to make sure you have at least one NFL 100 player that has ability activated at the start, just in case somebody tries to come out and do that to you. Like I said before, there's no guarantee that you're going to be on the right side of it, because more than likely, if you're smart, you'll flip the play and, you know, put it on somebody that doesn't have the counteracting ability to what you're trying to do. But again, for me, all of my secondary big dudes, Ronnie Lott, Tillman, and Sean Taylor, they all have abilities. So, you know, I'm pretty much good no matter whatever I see out there. But the number one thing about it is you have to have somebody with some ability in the vicinity, and you will stop the Moss situation, because I've been picking it a lot more since I've been playing it like this. So I urge you guys to kind of put that together. Even though some of you guys rather have your middle linebacker with an ability, your D-line, get over that. Go with your safeties and your corners. I don't care. Look, bro, just have Enforcer on them and have like a zoned out ability on, like the way I have Ronnie Lott and Sean Taylor, and start from there. that should, you know, securely lock up that one play Moss 55-yard touchdown, or, you know, whatever else they're trying to do. That should completely nullify it, and you won't have to worry about it. And even if they bring them in later, you shouldn't have much issue doing that. So that's what I wanted to let you know. I discovered it, I tested it, I know that it works. I have been picking it. Let me know if this helped you. Leave it in the comment section. I'm gonna see you guys and girls next time. You enjoy your day. One love.